Well, my. Good morning, sleepyhead. Don't be afraid. What an idiotic thing for me to say. You're not afraid, are you? I can tell, because this isn't the first time you've spoken to one of your demons, has it? You can call me whatever you want. A figment of your imagination, if so be, then that's fine. May I ask you a question? Why are you drinking your sorrows away? Drowning yourself in the spirits really isn't going to save you. You know that, right? What happened? Well, I want you to be honest with me. What happened? What ails you, my darling? You can't do it anymore. What does that even mean? Really? You can do anything you put your mind to. You're strong and strong-headed. One thing you lack is the ambition to force yourself to get up every day. But as I said, you can do anything you put your mind to. So what is the real problem? You're lonely. Well, aren't we all just alone? Really? It takes many years to find the right people, the right crowd, the right people to love, and the right family. Don't you see that? Let me guess. Sometimes it's not lonely that you have no one around. Sometimes it's you're in a crowd of people and you feel so endlessly alone in this little void that you don't think you can climb your way back out. See, the thing is over time, you humans, think that mental illness is a personality trait. But it's not, darling. It really isn't. I know you're scared. Scared of the unknown. Scared of what's to come in the future. And that is completely understandable. I know that life has always been quite scary and quite cruel to you. Haven't you figured it out yet? Time will tell. Come on, take that out of your hand. Put it down, okay? You need to stop. It's not going to make it better. Sometimes it works for a while, but over time you begin to drown. I used to be like you once. I used to be scared. I learned not to be so scared anymore, but it took a long time before that happened. I know you're a broken person, and I know you probably miss the person that you used to be. That person that used to smile and laugh and had that childlike innocence towards them before you realised what the real world was like. before you realize the dread and the pain. Have you ever tried talking to another human about this? Am I the only one you come to? I figured as much. Well, that's not good for you, is it? Being around all that negativity, all that death, all that sorrow. Well, that certainly is not helping, darling. You need something better for you. Something to give you your ambition back, to give you your kick, to give you your spark, your light, your life. We can sit in silence if you want. I don't mind. I'm here to listen. Well, I've been watching over you for a while now. Forgive me if I'm too close. I don't mean to be, but I feel like you need the company right now. I feel like you need someone by your side right now. I'm proud of you. Well, you may think I'm only in your head, but fine, we'll go with that ideal, that idea. Even if I have been in your head, I've been watching over you. Normally your demons drag you down and tell you how horrible you are and how much you deserve the pain and suffering that you've went through, but sometimes it's not bad. That is what I will tell you. Sometimes the pain isn't horrible. Sometimes it's to teach you what is right and what is wrong, how to grow and how to feel. It's complicated, sweetheart. It's a complicated life. It's okay. If you don't want to talk right now, we don't have to. We can sit here. But no more drowning your sorrows in that bottle. The spirits aren't going to help you. I'm telling you that now. Do you have doubts? Do you have dread? Fear, perhaps? Let me guess. You just feel empty. Like there was something you could change, but you never quite got the courage to change it. It was always tomorrow and the day after and the day after, and before you knew it, time flashed by in an instant. And you wish you could go back, but you just couldn't. In those days where you got that burst of energy and you wanted to go out and be something more, meet new people and explore, you just ended up talking yourself down. I understand. It isn't easy. I know it's not easy to be human, to feel, to love, to hate, to feel the heart broke. And the worst part is it's not even physical. It's a pain you can't even get rid of. Because it takes time to heal a broken heart. Your heart has been broken many times. Let me ask you this. When someone takes a glass bottle like you have there and they smash it on the ground, what happens to it? Goes into pieces, right? That is quite Now, apologizing to that bottle, does it mend it? Does it fix it? Does it make the endless scars go away? No, it doesn't. So maybe you need to stop letting people back into your life that are causing you the pain, that keep shattering and breaking your heart repeatedly. Maybe you need to stop trusting the people you know aren't good for you, you know aren't truly got your best interest in mind. It probably wasn't the best analogy, but growing up as as I said before, I used to be like you once, human. But I suppose I am a combination of what? Humans created. I'm the fear. I'm the pain. I'm the depression. I'm the lonely. But I don't want to cause you pain, sweetheart. I want to lift you up, not drag you down. I promise you that. You don't have to trust me, not yet. It's not time for trust. We're not there. Of course we're not. Come here. Just lay your head on my shoulder, okay? Lay there. Look out that window. One thing I learned is that even though things may be dull and may be gloomy and rainy, always learn to see the beauty in the pain, the beauty in the rain, and just how beautiful things could truly be. My analogy from someone like me giving advice to you was a piece of paper. You can scrunch it up into a ball and throw it away, but someone always finds it. And when it's unfolded, there's just hundreds of creases inside of it. And it's near enough impossible to get them out. Don't get me wrong, they heal over time, but they don't just go away. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard. I know that feeling like hitting rock bottom and just staying there is the only solution, but it's not. You don't have to give up just yet. As I said before, I'm proud of you. You've accomplished so much in your life. You really are doing your best. Although life hasn't been kind and life hasn't given you the same options as others, you really tried. I know those thoughts come into your head and they fill you with dread, but you can't let that win. I'll leave when you're healed. I'll leave when you're fine. You don't feel like you're dying inside. But I can tell that's going to be a while. And I'm not leaving you, not right now. I'm not going anywhere. Do you understand me? Good. That's all I want. I only want what is best for you. Don't you see that? I've been where you are. You can call me whatever you want. Maybe one day I'll tell you the truth. When I feel like you're ready. I just don't know if you're ready to handle something like this yet. Because I've been looking out for you for so long. I I've seen everything you went through. You don't need to relate to me, but I relate to you. But only because I relate to you doesn't make your problems any less your problems. I'm not trying to compare, so don't ever think that. That's the worst thing you can ever do. It's weird, right? You can be in so much pain and suffering and delude yourself with this fantasy that if you change your environment, everything will be better. It will just go away, but it never does. It never quite just goes away. You get more lonely and sad, and you want to do more. You want to fix yourself. You want to strive to do better, but you don't have the energy to do it anymore. You gave so much and received so little. Who knows, maybe you give up because there's little reward in what you're doing. Maybe you need something that shows a higher reward for the energy and time that you put in. Perhaps. I am proud of you. Don't ever think I'm not. I've been proud of you for a very long time. Because I admire you. I really do. You really did try with everything you were handed. And I know it's so much to take in and so much to bear for one person. But you really tried. And you should be happy. You should be proud of yourself. And it hurts me that you're not. It breaks my heart that you're not there. It destroys me inside that you don't feel capable of saying you're proud of yourself. I've felt endlessly and tirelessly alone. Most days I felt like the world was just drifting away from my fingertips. But it really does take time. What does that even mean? Time. You want to know the meaning of time? Time is complicated. Everyone has their own definition, or, you have the scientific, but you have the emotional. I've always went on emotion, which I suppose isn't always the best way, but some things just can't be explained. I always hated time. I don't really notice it anymore, I'm a demon, but I suppose as a human you really notice it. You think that you're not catching up to everyone else. You think that everyone is passing you by. You think that you'll never be good enough. But the thing is that not everyone arrives at that point at the same time. It takes some people longer, some people shorter. Some people hit different stages of their life in the course of a time span, but you shouldn't dwell on time. You should make the most of it, because you never know how much time you actually have until that clock ticks its last tick, I suppose you could say. It's not always easy, running out of time. Especially watching others run out. There's always things we wish we could do better. There's always memories we wish we could have just changed a little. There's always times where we wish we had the courage to do something more than sit back. But you're young. You have the opportunity to make that decision in time. You know, it's not over yet. You just gotta take it. You gotta stop dwelling on all the pain. You gotta put yourself first and grab the time that you need. So to answer your question, what is time to me? Well, time is a fleeting concept. It's neither here nor there. After a certain amount of years, I just didn't feel real anymore. Didn't feel like it truly existed. It didn't feel like it was around. I felt like it ran out a long time ago. But maybe not ran out. Maybe the right word to use is stopped. Yeah. It just stopped. And I went on living. Not truly living, but in a weird way, just wandering around. Trying to help people avoid the same fate I had. Well, if you believe that, you believe I'm in your head, then that's okay. You really are coming out with these type of questions today, right? What does it mean to be human? It really depends what you mean by it. Do you want the scientific meaning, or do you want... or do you want the emotional? What do you really want? Because you most likely know the scientific reason for being human, but it's really your choice. Emotional. I wonder. Let me think. Give me a moment. Well, let's start with the logical before we start with the emotional. I would say the fundamentals of being human is consciousness. Having a more developed brain than other animals. But if you're talking about the emotional, I believe it's the emotion of love. To be caring, to have a high conscious of emotion, to be conscious of it and understand it. Obviously everybody understands it in their own way, and it doesn't make someone less human for being different than everyone else, but I believe that is the fundamentals and the basis of it. Is it not the answer you were looking for? I suppose you could also say it's about morals as well. Understanding right from wrong. Intelligence as well. It's all these things. But being human? Do you want a more me answer? I'm quite a logical person, but I'll say this. I always felt It was the understanding of liminal spaces. Just empty passageways and places that were unknown beauty to the rest of the world. To be able to feel the grass and breathe. To truly be able to breathe. That sense of freedom, but I understand now that a lot of people are just trapped. Trying so hard to escape, but it doesn't seem like there's really any way out. What is the meaning of life, huh? I think that it kind of just chimes into what I just said. The meaning of life is you're born and you die. And if you believe in a heaven or hell or reincarnation, then you go through that cycle and you keep repeating it. You keep changing it and you keep having new experiences. I believe the soul goes through many life cycles. I believe that the meaning of life is to love, is to be in pain, is to be heartbroken, and to re-find it again. Even when you feel like you've lost all emotions and all hope, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to wait. Easier to say it than done, I know, but that's what I believe. What are feelings? Do you ask me that because you don't feel anything? I believe feelings are a very hard thing. Situational awareness is a very big deal. Sometimes emotions are good in situation, but feelings are part of who you are. It's your conscious. It's being able to run, being able to love, being able to cry, being able to let go, and being able to die. Because as a human, you've got to make peace with that. That at the end of the day, you're not going to survive forever. Everyone is on a clock. Okay, whoa. You need to chill down there. You're really good into that whole philosophy type of thing, right? What's the meaning of space and time? And casuality. What I can really say to you is stop overthinking it, darling. I know you have so many questions and I know you crave so many answers, but sometimes you need to live in the moment. Sometimes it's not about overthinking, and if you really want to overthink, pick up a book, go and study science, philosophy, or whatever it is you want to do. But sometimes you need to learn that some questions are never going to be answered. Sometimes you need to be able to live, to laugh and to love and to play and to feel. It's difficult, I know. I know more than anyone that it's difficult, but you only have so much time. But what's the meaning of space and time? I'll try and answer this, but it's just endless. It goes on forever and it never stops. It's just infinite. There's many things that people might like time travel and going back and fixing your mistakes, but sometimes your mistakes are what made you stronger, and maybe you needed to go through those mistakes to learn in the future, who knows. But space is too big to fully understand. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh. You want to know what that is, huh? What is personality based on? Personality is individuality. It's learning to be yourself. Over time, you'll struggle to fit in and be yourself, and you'll try and follow other trends and other people, but it's not as easy as it's cut out to be, you know? It really does take time, but what I say is you should never be a sheep. You should never be a follower. You should be what people want to follow. You should put yourself out there. You should never give up, and you should push yourself harder to do better, even though you feel like the world is crumbling around you. Personality is being able to think and be an individual rather than conforming to a society of people that don't have your best interest in mind. It's being able to think outside the box and being unique in your own way. And that's personality. Building yourself up, your confidence up, and just who you want to be. What is home? You're asking a lot of questions. Well, I will entertain. I don't really mind. I guess you're just kind of going into a drunken spiral. I don't mind it. Not in the slightest. I've heard a lot worse. Trust me, I'm the king of drunken spirals. When I was a human, I would call home Horiath. It's a home that's unattainable. It's a home that you long for, that you just can never touch. But if you want the meaning of home, home is different for each person. Home can't be... Your example of home cannot be the same as mine. My example was... Sometimes I never had a good family. A lot of things are broken. But the thing I realised is you can't choose the family you're born into, but you can choose the family you create. The bloodline that you take, and where you take it to. Home is where you make it. Home is where you find love, and people that you truly connect to. Your soulmates and your twin flames and all that jazz, but home is where you feel free. You feel safe. You feel alive. You don't feel stuck anymore, and you don't feel afraid. Home is where you can finally breathe. Where you can finally laugh. Where you can finally fall in love. And home is that feeling that you can't describe. Because when you leave it, you realize how much you missed it. You realize how much you wish you could go back, but you can't. Because sometimes you need to find a new home. You need to make new memories, and you need to leave that home again to understand how much you loved it. Now, are you done with all the questions? Come here. Just lay your head down. Right here. You should never be afraid, darling. I know the world can seem scary, but you'll be safe. I am truly sorry. I've witnessed it all. The pain you went through, and the things I wish I could have taken away. The things I wish your eyes didn't have to see. But sometimes you just don't have a choice. The world is a very cruel place. You haven't figured it out yet? I'm not in your head. I'm real. I'm physically in front of you. You realize that, right? Or are you too drunk or hungover or whatever it is you're now at, whatever stage it may be? You realize? Come on, don't tell me you're that naive. You're drinking of the spirits, darling. I've been looking out for you a long time. Sometimes you want to know all this information, but you're not always going to like the answer to it. So why ask? Why ask for all these questions when you don't even want to know the real answer? Is it just because there's always going to be a part of you that will regret not knowing? I understand that. It's understandable, but it's idiotic at the same time. You need to learn to be free, to be yourself, to grasp at your own personality, not be what other people want you to be. Now, tell me, what do you hear? What do you hear around you right now? I want you to just breathe in and out. Yeah, that's good. You hear the rain hitting off the window. Outside around you. You hear the slight echo in the room. You hear my voice whispering into your ear. Is that real to you, or is it just a dream? Well, you have your head in my lap right now. Is that real? Can you feel me? Yes. Well. Such a child, I swear. But that's good. It's not a bad thing in the slightest. But yeah, I am cold. But I am here. I am real. I'm surprised you haven't called me a monster and ran away yet. But I suppose you're just lost to all capability of fear. And I'm not here to hurt you. I know most demons can come across as bad, but I'm not here to drown you. I'm here to protect you. Of course I do. I've been watching over you for a really long time, even now. And I hate what you're doing to yourself. I hate the situation you put yourself in. I hate it when you're sitting here alone, drinking your sorrows away. I know you're wishing for the pain to go away, but sometimes it just has to be there. It has to happen. Don't you see that? Can't reason with someone that doesn't want to be helped. I'm not going to convince you to why you should live or why you should feel certain things or why you should be a certain way. But you need to learn to love yourself before you can love someone else. You need to learn to love, sweetheart. You really need to learn to love. Because right now you're not living. You're just wasting away. Going through every single day wishing for change, but that change never came. I know that the demons in your head pin you down with dread in bed every day, but you can't let them win. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to show you what it can be like. I'm here to give you a chance. How about this? You want all this knowledge, right? You want all this wonder in the world to be gone. You want to know the facts, even though it may hurt you. You want to know the truth, even though it may crush your mind. Well, I'll make a deal with you. I'll give you what you wish for. I'll give you all the knowledge, everything you crave, and 2 conditions. No more drinking yourself to death. And when the time does come that you must die, I want your soul. I want you to spend your afterlife with me. Forever. What? You think you're the only one that feels alone? I kind of feel alone. I always thought the pain would go away when I got older, but it never did. You're not going to open up all your doors for me, I already know that. And I know you're struggling, but I already told you I've been looking out for you for a while. And I've seen what's behind most of those doors. Things that you can't even explain. And I've faded away and I've drifted away. I'm giving you a chance. A chance to have something different. A chance to feel free. A chance to know everything you wish and desire. You want to know what's on the other side? I'm giving you a chance. 1 contract makes it all go away. We sign this and you're mine. When you do die, you'll spend your afterlife with me. And I will take care of you. Not in torture or torment. But you'll be safe. I promise you that. You'll be safe. We share a common goal. We want to change, but it's difficult to change. We want more out of the life that we're living, but it's hard to grasp. We'd be living together. We'd be together. You'd never really have to worry again. And all you have to do is sign 1 contract with me. 'Cause I can't stay in this realm with you forever. You'd know about all of it. Fairies, the fae, the demons, goblins, whatever you want to know. You want to know if it's all real? I'll give you all the knowledge you'll ever want. And all I ask in return is that you be with me on the other side. But you have to keep your promises to me. No drinking yourself to death. Continue to be great. Continue to be yourself. Continue to keep trying. You can't give up. You've already come so far. Look how far you've gone. You didn't get there overnight. You worked for it. And you can't just give up on that now. Don't worry, you won't be given all knowledge straight away, but it will be given to you gradually when you can handle it most. How do you know if you can trust me? I suppose you don't. You never truly know you can trust anyone until they prove it to you. You're right. Words really don't mean anything. It's action that is true. Humans in this generation, their words are unpure. You can't take someone for their word, because they have no honor anymore. They have no pride. But I will show you with actions. It's your choice. There you go. That's the contract. I know. It might seem kind of strange, not some magical piece of paper or anything, but if this is what you want, you truly want to know everything, you truly need it in your life, it's the only way, then sign it. I won't force you to sign it, but I would like us to spend many years together. Okay, fine. How about this? I know you can't fully trust me, so what about I make you a little deal? I'll only put 5 years in that contract. So once you die and I come for you, and I take your hand, you only have to spend 5 years with me in the afterlife. And once those 5 years are up, you can either choose to stay or leave. It's completely your choice. Just feel free to sign it whenever you need to. If not, this might be the last time you hear from me. Why? Well, I can't continue to stay with you forever. I grew an attachment to you. But I suppose that debunks some of the things I said before. A demon growing attachment to a human. Always known for not being able to feel. But sometimes demons come from humans. So I suppose in a way there is some human traits to a demon. I won't lie to you. I care for you a lot. You do mean quite a lot to me. It's going to be difficult, but you have that choice to make. You don't have to do it right now, but eventually. Now, lay your head down. You need to rest. When you awaken, I won't be here. The paper will, and once you sign it, it will disappear. And I won't see you again until that day. But I'll always be watching out for you. I'll always take care. I won't let any harm happen to you, but you've got to promise me. You'll always work your hardest to be the best version of yourself. And never give up. I really do believe in you. Good night.